Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Stephany, and for today's video, I am planning in my Hemlock Oak planner, and I'm going to be using all of these beautiful stickers. All of the shops will be linked down in the description box below, so you guys can check them out and possibly even save some money on your order. So for this plan with me, I am using the rest of the Sugar Plum Wishes Kawaii sub box. I just love the colors, and of course, I want to use them before the end of January, so that is definitely the plan. But before we get started, I did want to show you how this current week is coming along, and I really love this kit. I think it is definitely perfect for winter. And so yeah, today is Sunday, so I have yet to fill it out, but for now, let's go ahead and get started. So I am going to start off with these boxes. As you guys just saw, I like using the half boxes, but I did start planning in this planner using the smaller boxes. So that is exactly what we're going to use today, because of course, for the very first spread, I did use all of the half boxes, and we have these clouds and these two boxes left over, so I might use them. So we'll see exactly where we end up. So with these ones, I am going to go all the way to the bottom, because with the sub boxes, not the sub boxes, but with the half boxes, I go up until the third line. But with these ones, I am going to start off with the very first line. And so hopefully you guys are having an amazing weekend. So yesterday, Saturday, my kids had soccer games, and the little ones was first, my 8-year-old, and his was at 9:30 in the morning. And so we came back home and we waited until my 13-year-old's soccer game, which was at 2:15. And as you guys know, the Broncos also played yesterday against the Bills, and the game started at 2:30. So it was it started at the same time, around the same time. And so, of course, I was really into my son's soccer game. It was actually super intense. We were all at the edge of our seats. It was such a great game. And then he actually had a penalty kick, and he made it in, and it was so awesome. I actually did put it on my Instagram story, so be sure to check me out over there. Sometimes I do give a little sneak peek of our day-to-day lives. So I went ahead and put the penalty kick on there, and yeah, we were so proud of him. He was so proud of himself, and my 8-year-old even said that the game was super intense as well, so he was definitely feeling it. But once the game ended, we did come back home, and we caught the last of the Broncos game, and I believe it was like 40 seconds before the second half ended. So yeah, we were able to catch that. And as far as the date cover, I am just going to kind of do that, because there is no layering when I use these smaller boxes. And so this is exactly how we're going to put them down, just going down the page. And so yeah, we got here right before second half ended, and that game also was an intense game. If you guys saw it, definitely let me know. We were at the edge of our seats. It did go into overtime, because at the end of the fourth quarter, it was 30-30, and then overtime was as intense as the regular game was, but the Broncos did end up doing a field goal, and the score ended up being 33-30, if I can even talk. And so the Broncos are going to be playing next Sunday, and we're so excited about that. So hopefully they win as well. But once again, that game was intense as well. But I mean, would you ask for anything else? I mean, it was a playoff, so it was an amazing game. And of course, that is the only one that I saw. But the 49ers did go against the Eagles. And oh my gosh, I did not watch that one. But I think I did catch the score. And I believe the 49ers were 6 and the Eagles were like 41 or 42, something like that. And so I can only imagine how that game was. I cannot believe that was such a big difference. But I'm just glad the Broncos won. I really wanted them to win, and they came through. I mean, for a few plays, it was kind of sketchy. I'm not gonna lie. But we made it happen. We pulled through, and I'm just so happy about them. So super excited about next weekend. And actually, the kids don't go to school tomorrow, which is Monday. It is a holiday, so they're not gonna go. But my 13-year-old does have a soccer game, and so it's gonna be at 2 o'clock, I believe. So that is what we're going to be doing tomorrow. So let's see, we're gonna place 22 right here, then we're gonna do 23. Oh, and actually, speaking of school as well, I did mention in one of my videos that I was complaining all week about the weather, right? I'm like, it's too hot, this is not okay. It is such a mild winter. And of course, just like they say, be careful what you wish for, because Friday came around, I think the high was 37 degrees, 35 or 37. But there were wind speeds up to 50 miles per hour, which then brought the wind chill down to only 8 degrees. And it was cold, and it was miserable, and it was windy, and it was just not it, right? And so we then get a message from my son's middle school. Well, actually, I got a message from him first, and he said that they were evacuating to the high school, which is literally right next door. So thank goodness for that. But they had evacuated to the high school because of the winds, and the winds caused the roof of the gym to collapse, if I'm not mistaken. And so yeah, you could only imagine how much I was worried. And so I was texting with him, are you okay? Is everyone okay? And thankfully they are. Nobody was hurt. But now we are thinking that, well, Monday was already like their day off, right? So maybe they're gonna go on site to kind of scope out the area and see the damage, and maybe they're gonna have more days off. So we are gonna have to wait about that, because yeah, they weren't able to assess the damage that Friday because of the winds. I think they eventually ended up dying down towards the end of the day, which of course was already dark and super windy, so they didn't do anything. Who knows if they went Saturday or today, but for sure I think they're gonna go tomorrow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And so they have to go and check it out, and after they're done, they're going to see what they end up doing, if it's going to disrupt the classes or not. And actually, before I keep going, let me get these going, because I need to really get up close and make this little section for my water intake. Okay, so there we go. And now that that's done, let's go ahead and keep going. But yeah, like I was saying, they are hopefully going to be there tomorrow assessing the situation, and now we're just waiting to see if they're going to be able to go back to class and maybe just like close down the gym area, unless it also caused other damage throughout the school. So we're not going to know, and we're just going to wait and see what ends up happening. Maybe they'll end up going online for a week or two, hopefully, unless they just completely just not do school for a week or two. So we're gonna wait and see what ends up happening with that. But it's just gonna be a waiting game, so we'll see exactly what happens. But I cannot imagine how scary that was. Even walking from the middle school to the high school had to be really scary because their schools are out in the outskirts, and it's literally those two schools surrounded by little properties, but those properties are super scattered because they have acres, and so everything is scattered. There are no shopping centers, no other buildings, nothing like that. So yeah, just the walk to the high school must have been scary as well. So yeah, we'll see what ends up happening with them. And so let's go ahead and get this one going here. And then we'll do the purple one down here at the bottom, since we ended up using this like teal color down here. And I just love these pastel colors. I think they are so beautiful. But I am actually ready to go on to February and start using all of the pinks and the reds and pastel colors and just all of the things. So yeah, be sure to check out Sweet Kawaii Designs on Tuesday. That way you guys can shop the $2 Tuesday sale, and be sure to use our codes. That way you guys can save an extra 10%, and you guys can receive our adorable little freebies. I just love showing these. That way you guys can collect them all because they are super adorable, and they're only going to be here for the rest of the month. So definitely get your hands on those. And then we're going to add this double box right over here. And again, hopefully I am kind of centered since I am kind of just eyeballing it. So hopefully right there. And then let's see what else we have to work with. So we do have these down here at the bottom. We also have like these deco pieces. Of course, we have the deco boxes. We also have these ones. For now, I am done using this page and this page. Of course, that one as well. So let me actually put it over here to the side. I also have these ones too. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what we could do. I feel like this one is such a big sticker, and I kind of want to add it here, but first I want to see what I end up adding. So maybe we could layer these two together, the box and the cloud, kind of like this, and just put a cute little deco, because you guys know that I love using functional boxes as decorative boxes. So maybe we could do that one right there. And we are going to have these two colors side by side, which is not my favorite, but that is what we have to work with, and we are going to make it work. So let's go ahead and add a cloud right there as well. So we do have these clouds left over, and then after I add more deco and the habit trackers, maybe I can see if I could add more of those. But let's see. So I think that I want to grab this one maybe, and I could either use it down here or here, but yeah, that's gonna be way too crowded, so I might just put it here, kind of like that. Yeah, these are the same size. Let's see. Okay, look at this little sticker right here. It is so cute. So, oh my gosh, this definitely works, right? Like the little cloud and the little hot air balloon. Oh my gosh, I was like drawing a blank for a second, but yeah, I feel like that's a hot air balloon, right? And then as far as these ones, I kind of want to add some of these deco boxes. So how about we actually use this one, Candyland, and just simply do a little bit of layering, kind of like that. I don't want to cover it up too much, so maybe something like this. Okay, perfect. I rarely use both of these boxes, but I think that looks so cute. And as far as this one, let's actually move it up instead of down like we did with that one. So yeah, kind of like that. And now let's add our habit trackers. So I'm so glad that they add 8, because as you guys know, I use 4 every single week. So I already went ahead and used my 4, and I have 4 for another week. And so I just love the sub boxes for that reason, because you get so many stickers. You can honestly decorate 2 spreads comfortably, depending on how many stickers you end up using, if not 3. I bet I can make another one, but maybe like in a smaller planner, like my Happy Planner Skinny Mini. Maybe that one maybe that one would be good for what is left over, because I do use boxes over there, and I still have these boxes left over, and still a bunch of little deco, which would definitely work over there. So yeah, definitely look into the Kawaii sub box and the monthly sub box as well. So I'm trying to do a little bit of layering with this box over here. Okay, so I think that looks good. Let's add maybe a little bit of deco over here in these boxes. Let's maybe add okay, we're gonna add this little piece of candy. Maybe we can add it right there, and maybe the donut could go over here on this side, just to add a little bit more deco. You can never have enough, especially when they are this adorable. So I want to use another piece of candy, maybe right over here, and then let's see. Okay, so we also have this one here, and I actually want to see if I add them over here on these boxes, because we're actually not done. Let's maybe add this purple little bow right over here, and I think that I'm going to add the deco up here. When it's the half box, I tend to add it over here in this corner, but I think that I'm going to do this right here, and then maybe we could do the little chocolate bar here, but it is on the pink. So actually, let's just go ahead and move it down one little spot, and then maybe up there we could let's add this cutie pie, yeah, right about here, and then we'll go back to a bow. So maybe we could do let's do the pink bow, because the teal one is the next color here, so I don't want to add it there. Then we're going to add this one here. And actually, before I keep going, I do want to add this little situation down here at the bottom, right about here. Okay, that way we have the deco for this box, and we only have to worry about it right over here. And I feel I was gonna do this one, but we have been doing like the treats. So yeah, let's go ahead and add this donut there. And now that we have that, I am thinking, oh my gosh, look at this one. Hopefully I can make it work over here. It is a little bit too big. Oh my gosh, I should have used it. I don't think we're gonna have the space for it, so I am actually going to put it back. Oh, I really wanted to use that one. How about, let's see what else we have to work with. Okay, we have this little cluster situation there. We also have these ones. Ooh, look at this one. Okay, I think maybe this one is what's going to work best because it is kind of like this little strip, but just a little bit shorter. Oh my gosh, yes. This is exactly what we're going to add right in here. Okay, so now that we have that, did I want to end up adding something there? Let's see, maybe about this one. I just feel like there's too much things going on, so no, I think I'm just gonna leave it alone. I don't want to clutter it too much, so let's just go ahead and put it right there. And I think I might be done. We have all of the habits, we have all of the deco going, we have our water intake, the date covers, the smaller boxes for the weather, and then we did add a little bit more deco right over here because as you guys can see, this left hand side is more functional than this right hand side, and I just love how I get the best of both worlds. So that is why I just tend to use the Sweet Kawaii Design kits here because it is functional and they are decorative, and I think it definitely works in this planner. So I am loving the way that it turned out. If you guys missed this other spread, I'll go ahead and link it here on the screen, that way you guys can check it out. But yeah, definitely loving the way that this turned out. The colors are amazing, the theme is amazing. So yeah, definitely don't forget to check out the $2 Tuesday sale, and of course don't forget to shop the new releases on Friday. But for now, I am obsessed with the way that this turned out. So if you like this video, please consider subscribing, and don't forget to check me over on Instagram at StephanyHappilyPlans. And I'll see you next time.